Hello, 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 everyone. How's it going? Missed any excitement today? We'll do usual, starting with treasuries. Absolutely wild day in treasuries for a Tuesday. A little bit of data come out, but the market didn't really do very much. Let me know how your trading has been. We decided here for the stream to make it a little bit easier for the depth of market, which I think is quite a good idea, to add in the weekly volume profile as well, so people can see where we are in treasuries. This is the last week. Let me know what you guys think. Good trading day, trader boy. That's what I like to hear, buddy. So, I had a pretty good day in treasuries today. Started off like a dick, which I need to correct. So, not been doing so well. The last three trading sessions pre-open, I've not been executing great, so I need to correct that. But yeah, I caught literally the fade here down to here today, so a monster move. Just a shame that I took two stop outs prior to that. So, but yeah. So what trades do you take? Was it ES? We'll start off with the usual on treasuries. We'll probably get an hour or so streaming here before we go towards the close. But the market's now just roughly at VWAP on treasuries across the board. Yes, nice. In fact, what I'm going to do is let me jump. I'm going to quickly save this, save all, and then let me close these. I'm going to open ladders, and then so we're going to open, and then we're going to close this. Give me a little second, because it's hard to have all these up at the same time because it really drains your computer. Here we go. Wow, nice big sell-off happening here. So I think there was not a Fed talker at the moment. Here's this 200 lot. So how's everyone doing? What's been happening? Another nice day in balance. Not like this janky day we had yesterday. But look at that. We've now filled out this area. I mean, see, like this type of price action today is like my favorite days. You know. Let me zoom out a little bit here so we can see what's happening. Sweep of the high. Went down nearly towards the low. Back in value. These are my favorite types of days, to be honest with you. Nice, decent range, smooth price action in between the ranges. You know, it's nice when the market does that. Hi Neil, how's it going, buddy boy? Good today. Had a good session in treasuries. Did really well post open, but traded like a dick before open and turned an would have had an extremely profitable day, but ended up just made like $400 or something today. So it's not bad, but it just didn't. I've been getting nailed at the open, pre-open, sorry, recently, so I need to change that and ultimately just not trade till open. But yeah, I normally do fine, but the last 3 or 4 sessions I've not been, so need to correct that. So, what are we going to do now? This is another glorious sweep of the high session. and a nice dump sell off. Did anyone catch that? That's all. Hey Eunice, how's it going? Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name okay. Been a busy day today. Oh, you caught it. You well done. Well done. So I like to hear. I'm glad that someone caught it. It was quite interesting now. Um, I got an email, right? Thought I'd let you guys know. I got an email from Atis wanting me to partner with Atis. The sad thing is, I don't use the platform, so no bueno. And Sierra are too moany to. Sierra, it's hard enough to get them to respond. Never mind want to do a partner program. So we're certainly not going to sell out. That's for sure. Thought it was interesting. It just shows you. It just shows you what type of partner programs some of these extremely large YouTubers are on. If I'm getting emails, do you know what I mean? Which is pretty crazy. Yeah, Atis, yeah. No, no, like basically, if I wanted to refer people to Atis, um, as interested as I am as referring people, I don't use the platform. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm all for putting my name to something for products that I use that I can vouch for, but I couldn't even tell you the first thing about it. So, and also, I don't really like the idea of being a shill either. Sadly not TP. They don't have a referral program. They removed it. So everything that I do for Sierra, and all the chart books and stuff, I don't. It's not like I. It's not like I'm financially incentivized to do that or anything. I just do it. I do it to try and help everyone. To be honest with you. So I think they used to have a partner program, but they pulled it in the last like couple of months. To be honest. So but yeah, I thought I'd let you guys know. I thought it was quite interesting. I just think it's what I find pretty interesting is the fact that if I'm getting approached for partnerships, can you imagine the amount that these big streamers and stuff get? So it's quite interesting. Yeah, Sierra Char. I mean, you go into the support and watch them shout at people. I like it. But you're right though, they do. It's classic. So what's my take on the UK economy? Oh, um, I think their yield curve is slightly better than the US. Um, I think the whole UK doesn't matter who's in power if it's the Conservatives or Labour or whatever. Sadly, as you can tell by my accent, I'm based in Scotland, so we've got, not talking to politics or anything, but we've got halfwits here in Scotland running the show. Um, I think tax is too high. Tax brackets. We pay more tax in Scotland than anywhere else in the UK, which is great. Which is, you know, great, inverted commas. Um, but I think Sunak's done a pretty good job of getting inflation down. I would like to see them reduce rates a little bit more. Would love if they stop making me feel like a criminal when I go into Europe for people who voted for Brexit. That's about it. I don't really pay that much attention, to be honest. The only thing I hate is the amount of tax, and I get stealth taxed everywhere. That's about it. You know, and you get hosed either way. If you've got a business and you're director of a limited company in the UK, you know you can't take as many dividends anymore. If you take dividends, you pay it in corp tax anyway. You know, it's really expensive to employ yourself as a business because you need to pay employers' contribution. It's just a mess. Anyway, I'm not going to rant anymore about that, but yeah. Oh, Attis is a white labeled motive wave too. Oh, really? Pike, I need to have a call, buddy. I've been super busy as of late, man. I didn't realize that. Oh, is good. Is it good? I didn't realize. Is it like a simple Sierra chart, Attis? No problem, man. I mean, to be honest with you, Sierra chart is Sierra chart is a beast of a platform. I've used it for so long now, you know, that it's taken part of my soul. So hard to switch. If another platform could give me exactly this, uh, but out of the box, then great. But I've really customized. I mean, you can see like every single little thing you see on these charts is it has been customized. So you can imagine from when starting from a blank canvas to this, it's taken me so long to do that. Oh, Alex, how's it going, buddy? Nice of you to drop by again, dude. I was thinking of giving you a message or a date, see how you're doing. Yeah, well, I think Motivewave is seems to be the biggest white label platform. I mean, Edge Clear's got it. If you say Atis is white labeled, and they've done a probably a good job for making it work on more systems. That's for sure. No, using volume tools, nice. Yeah, it's a good point. I could probably charge you something like 25, 30 grand for a white label platform, and the brokers will put enough clients to them. I can't really. I think I've seen Motive Wave, of course. The heat map looks quite good. Pike, how did you find Motive Wave? All tools allow you to use Motive Wave for free. Oh, what is volume tools, Alex? And Bookmap for free. What is volume tools? Am I missing something here, or is nothing really happening? So it's nice that we can chat about this. I think we're going to probably work our way back to the point of control, anyways. Is that like a? I mean, is that like a broker of some sorts? I mean, how are they giving you access to these platforms for free? Are they cracked platforms or something? I looked at cracked things before, but I'm, you know, I've got too much stuff on my computer to even consider that. And to be honest with you, man, it's not that much a month anyway. It's like, I think Sierra all in costs like, I don't know, 90 bucks a month for data and full MBO. It's not, yeah, it's not expensive. I mean, to be honest, if I was brand new to trading, I would probably recommend someone to use Jigsaw. That would probably be my go-to for out the box. I can get behind recommending that for out the box because it is literally, it's one of the best DOMs, but their charting is shit. So it's, I personally need it for the depth of market. Well, that's the thing. I think Sierra is definitely the hardest platform I've ever dealt with, but um, I think in building all this stuff over time, it kind of almost allowed me to realize what was going into each part, if that makes sense. So it helps you kind of understand the market ever so slightly more. But I've been using this now for years, so I kind of see your charting platform. It's like changing your accountants or your EPOS system for a business. It's this, same sort of thing. Let's see. Look at that. Just ticked right off it. I think if we were discussing earlier how thin the book is now. Look how thin ES is these days. It's shocking. I mean, to be honest with you, at the end of the day, right, a platform, like, unless you're using something really specialist, like OrderFlow tools or automated programs or whatever the case is, um, you still need to press the buttons yourself, right? It's just there to display information. Some people prefer bookmaps, some prefer jigsaws, some people prefer TradingView, TradeAway, or whatever. Whatever makes everyone happy. That 100 lot is literally push that market forward. I agree. I agree. I'm biased. I mean, I use Sierra charts, so it's not like I'm going to say shit. The one thing I would say is they're slow to implement anything, right? Um, Trying to put feature requests in there is like getting blood from a stone. But it's fairly priced. Um, and one thing I like about it is it's extremely stable. Like out of every technology platform I've ever used, regardless of industry, Sierra Chart is more stable than my internet, which is crazy. Look at this 400 lot here. So they tick to mark it up here. So let's see if they take this full amount here. Are they gonna? It looks like they're gonna take it, or they should be ticking off if they pull this bid. So they've traded 300. They're going to take it as well. If they're taking the full amount, wow. Let's see if they pull it now, because that's potentially whoever bought this up is just now exited. So, be interesting to see if they pull the bid now, and then back down we go. Lewis, how's it going, buddy? Yeah, well, that's the thing. I think Sierra's. I mean, at the end of the day, a platform's a platform, but I think in order to get some sort of specialist. I mean, I think, for example, this type of stuff that Lewis does, I think you would have to use Sierra charts. In terms of custom spreadsheets, custom indicators, that's really the only real software you could do it in. To be honest, could be wrong, but it's like anything. You get when you spend like 40, 50 hours a week on on the platform, you're going to get used to it, right? It becomes second nature. So exactly, Lewis. That's the exact combo I have, and the commissions are good as well. The commissions are really good. I wasn't paying attention, but we lifted into the offer there, and now we're pulling around. So let's see if we go down and fill out 30s here. I suppose the majority of the chat here, you guys probably originally found me for Sierra stuff. So I'd imagine the majority of viewers on the channel are going to be, at least at one stage, Sierra peeps. They also have quite a cool feature where you can get notifications to Telegram. I'll probably need to redo that video, to be honest, at some point. That's crazy. Full 1-to-1 for a tick then. Oh, you did. Nice. Oh, I can't see the bear. That would be cool. That would be a good idea. If any of you guys can look into that, that would be nice. If when I talk the bear moves, like you mean the I see what you mean. It's quite cool. Well, that's the thing, Neil, is Sierra are 100% against that. 100% against that. And I actually agree. As a business model, it makes so much more sense. I would do the exact same because it means they're getting a continual stream of revenue. Every client is say bringing in, the guts of a thousand bucks a year. And I don't know how many they've got, but it's a continual stream of money coming in. And then ultimately, if they can, the more they continue to get that stream of money, the more they upkeep the platform. You know what I mean. It's the way I see it. And really, depending on how you're set up with trading, the money that you're paying for your platform is a write off against tax anyway. So the actual amount of it is not say meaningless, but it's the cost of doing business. It's just a tax write off if you're trading as a legal entity, of course. Well, that's the thing. To be honest with you, if they increased it by like an extra $50, I still wouldn't really care. But the thing is, with them, they've got the trade-off now of like they know. Well, I don't think they care, but their platform is not for the faint of heart. So they're not going to get new people that come into trading. If you're with Sierra Chart, you've normally been round the block, or at least been introduced to it by someone that's been using it. Well, actually, saying that, Lewis, I think you're right. Can you not buy 3 or 6 months in advance? I think you actually can, and you get a slight discount, right? That is an option on Sarah. There's just no lifetime license. And again, I completely agree with their setup. To be honest, I would be running the same business model. Well, that's the thing, Alex. The heat map side of things, it's a different way of displaying the passive orders, and I would say that trading in general is you need to find something that suits your personality. That's the main thing. That is the main thing. But if you're using Bookmap for your well, Bookmap technically has a DOM built in, but you're not using that part and just using um, the heat map. No, that's no problem. I've got a heat map. Or I don't use it as much because I'm trading mostly treasuries these days. But for ES, the heat map is really good. Use that a lot in my trading. Use that a lot in my trading for sure. Nice. Well, I mean, realistically, man, the heat map is just a different way of displaying the limit orders. It's that maybe resonate with you more. And this is the thing: you need to try different ways to look at the market. I mean, some people prefer looking at foot. Sorry, I just muted myself there. Some people prefer looking at footprints. Some prefer looking at the DOM. Some prefer looking at traditional candlesticks. Some prefer looking at the actual the heat map as well of how orders are weighting at certain prices. The only thing I would say to be careful, Alex, with Bookmap, but I think you can change the thresholds for the buy stop and sell stops because I feel that if you don't change them, they're a little bit sensitive, and also change the iceberg threshold as well, um, because if you don't change them, it's just a constant feed, and it's a best guess with Rhythmic. Uh, their algorithm or execution is basically telling you how to um, hey, the iceberg's been done. But if you don't change the threshold, put it this way, I've seen icebergs been called, but like 5 lots been executed on NQ and stuff. So just really good platform, but some of the stuff is not that accurate. Just to keep you posted. Is it possible to make the resting orders like the volume of bars? Yeah, so you can do this. You can stretch out a bit like that. If I go to treasuries, my treasuries deck, it's much more obvious. Um, Let me quickly bring this up so you can have a look at it. Treasuries. I had this set up for the stream before, but see how with treasuries when it's like this. So we put the weekly profile on for the stream, just so you can see where we are in context of this. But you can see from when it's dragged out, and treasuries is much thicker. But if this is what you're meaning, where it's displayed like this for passive orders, we can see there's some size here. You know what I mean? Now I'm not going to sit on this because everyone will be bored at their marbles. But does that make sense? So is displaying price ladder, side load DOM, major. What's the thing, Lewis? I know you're a coding god um, with your credentials, so sadly I'm not a developer, or I would have done it a long time ago. I mean, they're definitely going to try and fill out these orders up here, aren't they? Up at 40s and stuff. I think we maybe fill out these orders and then reverse back the value. But yesterday we filled out and we closed in a spike as well, and now we've not really did too much today. How did you make out, Alex? That's a lot of trades. You must be exhausted after that. Nice. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. I mean, realistically, these things you do and keep to yourself, you know? Completely agree with that. At the end of the day, if you have the skill set to code something and you code it for your understanding of the market, that's what makes sense. And here's the thing, it's hard for someone that's not a developer to debrief someone that's a developer who's not into trading to start coding something. Do you know what I mean? I struggle that with developers in general. In fintech anyway, it's difficult. Enjoy, was it called pike ball? Pike ball? That, no, what's it called? The sport you play, enjoy it, Lewis. Wow, that's a cracker of a day, Alex. Well done, buddy boy. Pike, I like it. How's about just code a strategy to win? Ah, I like it. Pickleball, that's it. I'm calling it pike ball. I've lost my marbles here. Yep. Well, that's it, Alex. I would recommend that you need to work out your average losing day, average winning day, and average losing day. Get some numbers, and if you have a bad day, you have a bad day. You need to control it. Everyone is a trader. Effectively has a way that they can nuke themselves, and you need to control that. Yeah, notice for today we're 10k plus on Delta. So what are we thinking? Sweep the higher rows, fill out all these orders up here, and then work our way back down to point of control. What do we think? Let's hear your thoughts. Fill out the orders, or just correct here and work our way back down. What do you think? Everything is moving roughly in tandem at the moment, so NQ is going to need to go bid for us to go up and take these out. Well, if you're using, depends. I mean, if you're trading your broker, phone up your broker and say, stop me being a dick. Can you, don't allow me to trade when I lose a certain amount. Or if you're trading rhythmic or whatever, set hard stop limits. Like, if you're having those massive days like that, either you normally you need to take on risk in order to have those days. Um, you need to check out your max adverse excursion and your max favorable excursion, and you need to know where you're susceptible, and you need to control the downside. And that's pretty much it. Isn't short. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be shorting yet. I would be waiting for those orders to be filled, to be honest. But it could just go down. Pike, that's because it is trading view. It literally is. I'm gonna try not pass comment on it, but it's basically a white labeled. They've integrated trading view in, stuck in some in-house data, and added in a DOM with tick data in. Right, so I like your style. Create. Here's the man of the moment yesterday, Zay there, who had an absolute monster of a trade yesterday. Well done, dude. Hopefully you didn't give it all back today. How was your trading day, man? Yeah, I mean they're definitely trying to pump it here. Let's see if sellers take the full 254 here, if they're going to pull it. And you're right, there's tons of absorption in the bid. This is going higher. You'd like to think anyway. There's definitely a bit of a battle going on. And they're really trying to pump it to the high. So when it gets here, they're going to bang it now. And if they bang it above this cascade, there'll be stops taken. So they're definitely going to hit it. Notice a blip through here. So there's going to be a blip soon. And there's certainly some absorption happening in the offer. So a lot of absorption in the offer right now. Don't tell us we're going to leave it one tick from the high in reverse. We're definitely going to bang it to go up and fill out these orders up here. 40s. Look at the amount of liquidity sitting at 40s. I mean, it's looking as good go now. If NQ can push up here, should potentially take us above the highs, but we're going to need NQ to go bid. Someone is trying to hold it though, but if we do bang it, that's a nice sign. For if they do bang it and fill out that liquidity, it's nice to see someone is holding that. Because if they're holding it here, they're probably going to hold it higher as well. But as we say, we need NQ to go up in order for this to pump through the level. To be honest, it's not gonna do that while NQ is going down. I notice as well that the other markets like the Dow and the Russell are just not really feeling it. I mean, the Russell is just pretty much at point of control. I think we're going to finish in balance, to be honest. By sad state of affairs, if we pull it all the way back down from here, because this type of trade I would never take, because I would always wait for the sweep of the high, and we've not swept it yet. And I always expect them to bang it through the level to take the liquidity higher, especially when there's so much printed in the offer. So I wouldn't be looking to fade this back into value until that happens. But it looks like they are holding it though. I mean, there's been about 1,000 contracts absorbed in the offer, you know, between 35s and 36s. Hey, Mr. Oil Barrel, how's it going? Nice of you to stop by, and thank you very much for the sub. Much appreciated. Yeah, I looked at the chat for a second, we missed it. Okay, we're going. NQ can pop here, we're going to bang it. Come on, get the popcorn out. We need to lift into the offer. Watch how if we do hit this, right? We're going to pop it through here. We should blip these two prices, and then we need to see how we react to 37s. And they're really trying to hold up the price, buyers at the moment. You know, I reckon these orders are going to be pulled. They're trying to get more buyers to come in. Here we go. There we go. There's the stop run right there. You notice the blip, right? So watch 40s. How are they going to trade? Okay, we want to see how 40s react. But notice we have tons of absorption here on the offer. We want to see 40s, and then we want to see price snap back. But now would be the type of behavior we need to start looking for this. But as we said, 40s is the key for the amount of liquidity that was sitting there for a while. But did you guys see the price action there? How that was a stop run? How it when it basically bangs through the levels, a blip in price. That's what happens when you absorb at the highs for a while. And now we're looking to see 40s trade, and then ultimately we want to see it snap back. I mean, this is the thing. It can just go down now. Of course, you need to get through 37s. There's a lot of there's a lot of positive delta here. We have got the order flow coming in. You know, in the next 20 minutes, there's going to be some size. So let's see how 40s are going to do. But when they're done, this is what happens all the time. You know, it's just a shame they didn't take out 40s to make it so clean cut. But notice the difference now, right? Is sellers are starting to come in, but the bid has been pulled to get us down there. And if they close below this level where it is, so let's just draw a line roughly. So here, we can break and close below this level, which is where the breakout is. You have all these people that have basically bought and steamed in thinking it's going to go to the moon. And then we're going to basically work our way back down into the distribution for balance, is my opinion on today. As I said, I would like to have seen 40s fill out to make it extremely obvious, but we maybe still get it. But here we go. Classic sweeperoo on a day of balance. Exactly. This is how it works every day, all day, man. At these key levels, you're in a day of balance, complete distribution. The market goes up, sweeps a level, and then you see them basically start working the other side. So they get out all the orders to take profit. Then they start working and hitting into the bid, and then the bid gets pulled to go down. Note these levels, how it's 100 bid all the way down. When the market starts getting into these levels, you want to see them being pulled. And what I mean by pulled, there's 140, 138 here. When 30 trade, the other 80 will just cancel. I noticed that the whole market NQ did the same. The reason why I'm giving you this rough trade idea is because we're in balance. So when the fact that we're in balance for the day, what's going to change for us to basically go and smash and break the highs? But if you did fade that, now you're up 15, 16 ticks. You know, this thing could go down more, but typically they like to pull back, you know, gather a bit more orders and then drop more. But if it's one of the glorious sweeps, then it can really go. Not as smooth the fact they didn't clear at 40s, but meh. That was your trade pretty much. If you get in here, you've had your 10, 15 tickaroos. Glad you think so, Alex. But this is where market profile comes in my opinion, just to tell you what kind of day type you're in. But look at the amount of orders that are pinged up here. It makes me a little bit uncertain for the next 20 minutes. You know, like if I was short here and they don't take this 100 lot and the market bids off it, I'm out. You know, this is I'm out. This should be going already, to be honest. You want to see them really aggressively take this 100 and then hit into the bid at the next level. This faffing around here, when there's a 100 lot, sellers should be gobbling at the chance to take this. And they're also absorbing on the bid, which is not great. Now let's see them take the full amounts that they do. And then you'd want to see the bid being pulled here, but it's not. Sellers are trying, the negative delta's coming in, and they are just below this level that we've drawn out, but not the most fantastic price action if you're selling right now, is it? Do you know what I mean? Not ideal. And also, if you guys see this amount of liquidity above the highs, it makes me a little bit uneasy, put it that way. This would be much smoother if there was none, and it filled this out. Well, see, this is the thing. They are still absorbing on the way down, and sellers are coming in. But I'd want to see this be cracking more. Like, this should be really going right now. And also you've got this liquidity up here. So it's almost like they're going to pull back, maybe fill this out and then drop. I don't know. The one thing that makes me uncomfortable is this should be going. Like, it really should be going. And notice that as soon as NQ is going down, we're reacting. But there is, as you can see, some selling coming in. I'll put it this way: if I was short up from here, I would be out. Put it that way. And we've got the order flow that's coming in the next 13 minutes. It's completely off topic, but can I change the? Do you guys want me to see if I can change this to US time? Does that help people? Or hour offset? How many hours am I? 5 hours? Is that right? Hour offset -5. Aha! Look at that. It is now US. Woohoo! Look at me, genius. Oh, it's 2:37. No, 3:33. 3. Yeah. Yeah, it's 3, isn't it? Yes. Yeah, because this is coming up to 10 to 4. Yes. Yes, that's correct. You're doubting me there. Oh, Alex, I've got no idea. No idea, to be honest. I had that in my time, but I thought now if we've got it in US time, then everyone's referring to, singing from the same hymn sheet. Do you know what I mean? Because you guys are looking at that, and that's my time, and you're. If we're all referring to, is that Central Time in US? New York time, is that correct? Oh. Eunice, there's a video about that buddy boy. It is the best DOM settings one. It's on the channel where we cover recenters. It's your shortcuts and keys. Right. So if is this the time that you guys refer to? I mean, if it's me, this is the time that I refer to in US time. Or if I like, is this not the? This is the time that the market opens. So that would be. Have I lost the plot here? Or like this? No wonder I can't trade at this time. I can't even count. 5 hours. Yeah, that's right. Because then it's half 10, half 1, half 2, half 10, half 11, half 12, half 1. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So that's 5 hours, which is the time, which is 2:30 p.m. for me for market open, and 9:30 US. So this is correct, right? You guys are making me lose my marbles. Right. So the way that I'm looking at this is the order flow that's coming in is 10 to 4 US time. Or I know I'm saying US time. There's a million different time zones, but the time that it counts for the market, right? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. We've got the order flow is coming in the next 9 minutes, and then we have 15 minutes of volume coming in, and then it's all she wrote for the day. But as it currently stands, we're working our way back to POC right now. As I said, it's not really that often you see this amount of liquidity at the highs, to be honest with you. Like, this is more of an edge case, if I'm honest. What you do? What 20k? What you think? You think we're going higher, Alex? I've not really been watching ES much today, to be honest. Yeah, it looks like we're working our way down at the moment. Think you can go down. We should see a drop in. I think the most likely bet is ending back in balance. NQ's going. ES should go now as well. Let's see if we can continue to break. There's tons of absorption here on the bids on NQ right now, but they are trying. Sales are coming in. Here we go. Full throttle long. Oh yeah, a great call yesterday, dude. So wish you the best of luck on your longs. Does anyone else have any open positions at the moment? If anyone's got any questions, let me know what you're seeing. Good. Good that you're stopping. Flat. Good. Nice. I think you guys should just stay flat. I think the move was to short, and probably either you're still holding or, and I think the opportunity's already been had. I would like to see in the next 5 minutes us go up and fill out the liquidity up at like 40s, but they're pulling the order. Let's see if we take the full 100 here. They do. 26. Yeah, I mean, my bias is to go back down into, yeah, 26s. Yeah, I'm thinking the same. I'm thinking the same. The only thing, as I've said countless times, it does make me a bit uncomfortable with the amount of, liquidity on the offer up there. But in general poker terms, um, if I wanted to get people to sell, I would be doing that because people would be thinking that the market is going to go up, and I would place those orders there so that people can buy into me, and then I can just aggressively sell and then drive price down. That's exactly what I would do. If I had thousands of contracts in my disposal, that's exactly the type of behavior I would do. I mean, he said 26, 25. I mean, it's okay, Carl. I won't hold you to 3 ticks, dude. If you can call it within 3 ticks, you're God. Thanks for stopping by again, Alex. Enjoy the gym, dude. Well, that's pretty much it, and seriously, you need to start thinking about the market like that because they're doing that to try and trick algorithms because majority of people would think, right, we're going to go up and fill here, which they're buying, and then they're working the offer, but these orders up here can potentially be pulled, which means they can absorb on the offer and then just hit into the bid. Do you know what I mean? That's the way, one way you could be thinking about it. Because we didn't even fill these orders here. Wow, that was a bid it came up. So that's just the general sort of theory, but typically with these orders that are there, they normally do like to be filled. That's the trouble. But you never know what these market makers are doing, man. They can do whatever they want. All I know is the bias is that we go back down into value just because it's such a bell curve distribution day. It's highly unlikely that the last 20 minutes of the day we change, uh, the sort of theme of the whole day. Do you know what I mean? The way I see it. Also, if you guys have not yet hit the like button, if you could hit it for me, that would be fab. So let's see. Sellers at the moment should be taking this pretty aggressively. As a sign to like say we're still kind of hungry for these orders. They should be aggressively taking this, and they do. Then they should be taking 31s. And also, when we get down to these levels, back to POC, uh, this is them probably exiting the short positions from up here. And then we can go higher if we want. All bets are then off. Wow. There we go. So now they'll be working their way out of these positions. Now let's see if they start working the bids and start lifting into the offer and do all kinds of shenanigans and go back up here. The Mr. OrderFlow crystal ball is out. Yeah. Any questions? Fire them at me. What's everyone thinking? I think we could just balance around here, to be honest. But the flow is now started. Eunice, if you watch that video, dude, about the recentering, the best DOM settings one, I think it's actually one of the most viewed videos in the channel, to be honest. 26s. Yeah, 33 25s. Well, they're really trying to stack up now with this 200 lot here, aren't they? Yeah, no problems. A couple of tidbits in that video, dude, where you've got the recentering, you've got the DOM clearing, you've got give your computer performance a boost with OpenGL graphics, and you've got refresh rate of the DOM and the change of the recent bid and ask volume on change. You need to make sure that's all set. So that video will set you in the right direction, man. So you've got something similar to the stream. So I'm just going to pop this in the channel for, I think a lot of you peeps are already supporters, but I'll pop this there for anyone that wants to support the channel. Here we go, it's pinned. It's greatly appreciated. Yeah, we're currently ranging. You know, longs need to take out 35.5s, which is the level that we broke out. And then we also need to break out probably 32.25, as Kyle had said, to the downside. But right now we're kind of ranging in between that. We are seeing a bit of two-way around about here as well. Some size definitely come into some of the stocks there, that's for sure, to pump that. NQ is going. Wow. I'm so glad I don't trade these last 10 minutes, it's madness. It's certainly looking like it's want to push higher at the moment. They're trying to pump it, especially NQ. Yeah, this is wild, isn't it? They're banging 5 ticks. This is the thing, they can get so many large orders off at this time. And we're not even, we've still got like 10 minutes left of this. There's more volume in this 10 minutes than the whole pre-market session combined, which is crazy to think about, by the way. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you've got all of the size coming into the underlying stocks as well. You know, if these guys take on any risk, they're just hedging it off in options. Again, all this is happening, and we're just currently bouncing in this range. Despite there being tons of volume, nothing is really happening. So watch the extremes. Let me get my little trusty lines out here. So watch the extremes here. If I would press the right bloody buttons, that would help Lauren. Here and here. So watch the ranges and extremes. Let's see if we respect these and how long we can stay in here. I mean, surely to goodness it's not going to be very long, right? If we bang through here, See how we react to 34s and a halves. Do we then hit here and then reverse back in? Let's see, they're going to take out this. There should be a little mini pop if we do with some oomph. Here we go. The amount of absorption in the offer still is crazy. Hey, we've taken out. Okay, we're now on to go and fill out these orders up here. Maybe not. No trade for you. Good, dude. Nicely done. Yeah, I mean the trade was to short up here if you had the balls and write it back down for like 15 ticks or something. That was the trade. This is interesting enough that they'll bang it down here. Oh, I've just did that. So it's interesting that they hit it down here first before going to fill these out. Is they're going to fill these out now? It's highly unlikely if we don't fill these out. And it's just going to come up in the next 1 minute, and I reckon it's going to be pretty aggressive to fill this out. There's going to be such a spike, I'd think. Look at the amount of positive delta it's just come in. Jeez. Here we go. 20 seconds for this to come out. They're about to bang it. There we go. We've filled out these orders. Watch 40s, 42s. 10 seconds. It's not as if they're even waiting. Wow. Look, they literally take it right to those orders as well and then bang it back. I mean, honestly, man, it's just market making 101, this, isn't it? Seriously. See, when you start to watch the DOM enough and you get proficient at it, you're able to just see how they work the book. And on balanced days, this is like their bread and butter shit. This. There's absolutely nothing changing in the economy. Nothing is happening with these underlying stocks. Nothing is really happening, yet they can create all this fuckery day in and day out on nothing. All they're doing is working the bid and offer, driving it to areas of liquidity, getting filled, pulling the bid, back to square one. Classic. Nice, dude. Great fade, man. Great fade. But yeah, we're pretty spot on with the overall outlook on this, to be honest. Now we go back down to and fill out what Kyle had said. Work our way back down now to 26s. Let's see if we can do it. If we don't do it in the next 2 minutes, we're not doing it. Notice how the volume is just completely dried off. It's crazy the amount of volume that's just traded up there. It's absolute madness. 5,000, fucking hell, it's like 15,000 contracts in those 3 ticks. That's crazy. Oh no, they're stop hunting my one lot. See when you see people say that. Oh, they're stop hunting me. They've just traded 15,000 contracts in like 2 seconds. And people are worried about their one lot being stop hunted. I mean, honestly, fucking hell, it's comical. Thanks, Neil. The reason being is I don't typically trade at this time because it's late. It's like 9 p.m. for me. I try to trade bond open 3 4 hours a day tops. When it comes to this time of night, I can still analyze and think what I'm doing just by experience, but in order to execute trades and stream it and stuff, it's tiring. And I'm a big fan of executing when you're at your freshest and when you're clear and when I've had enough coffee for the day and I'm not tired. That's the way I see it. But all I'm saying is, when you watch the DOM enough and you analyze that, that's the when you're in a balanced day, right? Balanced day just by the bell curve. I'm drawing that with my finger on the screen. I need the mouse. Um, Here, you can see it's a bell curve, right? When you've got day types like this, just because there's more volume coming in, doesn't mean we're going to end up here. I mean, it can happen. Anything can happen, but the higher probability, we're just playing percentages here. The biggest probability is we go up to these orders because they were printed, and this is where these firms can exit their positions because you guys do realize that probably something like 95% plus of orders of a day are actually closed on the same day, right? So they need to drive price to these specific areas so they can basically close the positions. Yeah, exactly, Neil. It's funny. I mean, when you get proficient at watching the DOM and you understand how it works, it's you wouldn't be seeing that. That's ICT, you know, algorithm turned it on. I mean, never know. ICT could have just phoned his boy there and just, you know, turned on the algo or something. I don't know. Yeah, exactly, Trader Boy. I suck at trending markets, honestly. I get my arse absolutely handed to me. These are my favorite day types. Nice, chunky bell curve. You know, keep it PG. Stream. You like your day types like you like your booty. You know what I mean? Are we all in agreement there? Yeah, exactly. IP address. To think as well that when ICT streams and stuff and he has like losses and he says, "Oh, I can't show my trades publicly because they'll stop on me." Oh, honestly, I mean, what the hell? How can someone be so deluded? Fuck me, guy's never looked at a price ladder in his life yet can tell you, when imbalances are. Unbelievable. I appreciate that, Z. I appreciate that, dude. Yeah, there's 68k volume in the last 5 minute candle, and people are saying people are saying that their fucking two lot is oh no, they stopped me out. It's as if Goldman Sachs cares about your two lot. Do you know what I mean? Oh God, honestly. Yeah, it's just a joke. I mean, honestly, and it's not even that though, right? I'm all for Um, I'm more here to teach market perspective, the mindset, and try and get people more accustomed to order flow, right? how you come up with your trade plan and how you do your pre-market prep is completely your own prerogative, right? We'll probably take this to different trades, maybe view the market slightly different. I'm here to try and get you geared in the right mindset to make sure that you're cool with losing and so on. But the way that a lot of these streamers and stuff, or not even streamers, YouTube dudes, they in essence, they've got that many different strategies in their thing that if one loses, they're like, oh well, you shouldn't have used the turtle soup today. You should have used the silver bullet or the beater blocker, order block, all these things. Slingy, super duper nonsense. You know, this is the thing. You've pretty much got two different trading strategies. You've got an extension of profile, I like to call it, which is basically a continuation or stop, going to get some stops at the high, right? So like you would maybe buy this to extend the profile, take out some stops, or basically go for a trend position. That's one trade type. Or you have a mean reversion trade type. How people come to those conclusions to enter is their own prerogative. Well, Zay, considering I can hook you up with, my artist guy that sent me an email, you know, not, I don't know, I can't recommend a platform to someone I don't use. That's extremely ridiculous. Here guys, go and join this platform. Oh, how do you use it? I've got no fucking idea. Oh god, I bet some people would do that as well. It's crazy. It's a shame the platform that I use, they don't even have a referral program. It would be typical, wouldn't it? It would be bloody typical. No problem, Trader Boy. Thanks for joining, buddy. Yeah, they ran stop and prop firm orders as well that don't even exist in the real market. Hunting my sim orders. Yeah, exactly. I just said that and it was the next comment. What do you think about footprint charts with market profile candles? It's too much faffing, honestly. Too much faffing. I mean, if I could recommend Sierra, the two things that I would put my name to is I put my name to Tick Strike because I use it and it's a good correlation software specifically for indices because you can see the money it's flowing into the underlying stocks. And then something I use every single day is TraderSync. So I can put my name to them. I have referral links for those things. And see, to be perfectly honest with you, I don't even know how much I get. I don't even. I've never even looked. I need to actually probably look at that at some point. But you know, I'm more into if people want to support the channel and feel they've got value, they can support that way, And if they want to use some of the products and stuff that I use, and I can get a tiny kickback for it, then happy days, But I'm certainly not going to start recommending platforms that I don't even use, that's that to me is commercial suicide. I wouldn't do that in any of my other businesses, and I certainly wouldn't do it here. I'm not. You've got to believe in the product and believe in the setup. To be honest, I wouldn't just because it's YouTube doesn't mean I need to change my perspective and how I operate my other businesses. Do you know what I mean? Don't stream AM because I'm trading, Zay. To be honest, um, so I trade from 12 to 1 p.m. my time to about 4 p.m. Then I do some trade reviews, sometimes 5 o'clock actually, but normally I've done at 4. Then I do my trade reviews, then I catch up with everyone, and then I get some food in between, and then I jump on the stream to see what's happening. And to be honest with you, I find it very hard to stream, talk, analyze the market, chat to everyone. Because when I'm trading on the DOMs, I'm really focused. I don't really talk. You know what I mean? It's very exerting to do it. Yeah, I'm based in the UK, dude. Based in the UK, man. No, Eunice, you're more than welcome, dude. More than welcome. And this is the thing. I don't charge anyone. I do certain things where people where I don't like believe in really teaching any strategies. To be honest, it's just more the experience. That's the thing. You know, I don't think that if you get any course at all, um, that's going to make any difference. What I do think though, like for example, if I go to the gym, I have a personal trainer at the gym. Why? To keep me accountable, to push me in the right direction, to give me experience, you know, and ultimately to help take me to the next level and the next step. That I can get behind more as a mentorship rather than here's a $50 course. Um, this is where you draw a triangle. When the price gets to this, triangle or trend line or square, you it's now a premium and it's sell side liquidity, so you press the short button. Do you know what I mean? It's life is not as simple as that. So good question, dude. So FTSE is basically the UK's equivalent, a really good mean reverting market for the last number of years. Um, I have been tempted for a long time to trade Eurex for the Bund, Bobble, and the Shats, but again back to the fact that I want to be vital for 3-4 hours a day trading. If I trade basically London Open with Eurex for the Bund, which is the product I would trade, and then it comes to US Open, by the time it comes to US Open, I'm going to be tired. And over the years, I've realized that I'm more efficient trading 3-4 hours a day. Especially when it gets to this time at night. I mean, it's 9 p.m. There's no danger I'm going to be as on the ball now as I am at 1 p.m. my time after I've been up, done my market prep, organized everything, had about 5 espressos. Do you know what I mean? Get myself ready for the day, focused. By the time it comes to 6, 7 p.m., I'm knackered. And I think that's pretty normal, right? And typically I've got extensive journals done on my stats, so I know my tendencies. And I think you really need to know what they are. You need to know what's your max consecutive wins, what's your max consecutive loss. Can you tighten your stop? Can you get away with extending your target? What are these numbers? You know, you need to know all this data because you live and die by the data on the charts. You need to also know what your own behavior is like for clicking the mouse. Well, the DAX is pretty much also like NQ, and uh, I don't really like to trade markets that are thin products. I prefer to trade thicker markets because the order flow is easy to read. NQ, if you sneeze, you're offside 20 ticks. So, oh, nice. You trade Euro stocks. Nice. How's the liquidity on Euro stocks these days versus ES? Is it still thick? Is it thicker or is it on par with ES? But yeah, pretty much Euro stocks is ES and the DAX is NQ, right? The DAX has always been a thin product. And I'm assuming you pretty much use it for correlations most of the time. But what's the bid and offer on Euro stocks? Like, are we talking, is it the same, like, maybe 100 bids, 100 bid, 100 offered, or, because I remember ES when it was like 300 bid and 400 offered and stuff, and now it's thin. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, so it's much thicker. Jeez, oh man, that's a completely different market. Fuck. Oh, here. That's that is where it's at then. Hmm. God, mm, you're making me want to trade that. That's the way that I miss ES when it was like that, man. ES is shit these days. They just whippy, pulley orders. Continuously. These market makers are at it. They're now breaking down their order types. Completely different order flow. Do you trade the Bund at all? Do you trade any of the fixed income products? The Nikkei? No, no. Never even really looked at Nikkei, to be honest. Mm, nice. I need to check that out, to be honest with you. You're looking forward to that, Eunice. Nice, dude. Yeah, we're Jagger and basically the team and I, the mods, we're going to come up with a structure. Is I need to come up with a good structure for it for everything. I don't want it to be unorganized. Kind of off the cuff like it was the other day. That was us just doing the intro. So we need to do it so that it can run efficiently when I'm not around as well. And it needs to be a nice environment for everyone too. I'd never want this community to turn into, you guys are all a good bunch anyway, but you know what it's like? As we grow here, we're going to get Muppets that come in, and I just don't want, I just want it to be a good place, to be honest. Does that make sense? I mean, we're all on the same page there, I'm sure. Exactly, and that was the reason for creating this channel in the first place, man, was to create a basically I really found that there was such a lack of order flow stuff on YouTube. Um, I feel that at least the stuff that was there, they made it seem really easy. Some of the stuff was really outdated. Um, like John Grady's stuff. Uh, I think there's Fat Cat, which is a good dude, but there was not really anyone coming from with experience that trades order flow. Or you found some old videos of some random dude streaming the DOM that didn't really speak. So I wanted to bring order flow to people, and for us to create a good community where basically everyone tries to help each other, and we grow together. That was the reason for starting everything, which I think we're doing a pretty good job at the minute. I mean, the thing is, as you guys notice, is you know I'm not. It's not as if my videos are cinematic, or whatever. There's some editing in them, but I'm not an editor. I don't really claim to be. I'm there to try and put out valuable content um, that people can learn from, rather than it being cutscenes with memes and call to actions and stuff. It's not really me. Maybe once upon a time we can get an editor in, at some point. I don't know, maybe stop some of my waffling and try and make the video slightly more concise. Um, but editing is really hard. No, Z, I don't swing trades. And the reason being is I like to be flat at the end of a day, so that you know I'm coming into the next day with no risk. To be honest, yeah, I just don't like I just is my personality. I prefer to be flat at the close of play, and the next day is a new day, fresh outlook, no risk on the table. Um, Personally, but in terms of swing trading, I mean, of course, I buy and hold crypto and stuff, but that doesn't really count. Or buying and holding, some ETFs or whatever. That doesn't really count. In terms of swing trading, like holding these positions for a couple of days, no. I don't like holding leverage products overnight. That leverage, I have to be in front of the screen. Um, you know, I've not got the stomach for that. I'm relatively risk averse. I care more about controlling a down day than controlling the up day. Um, I would rather have more managed losses and controlled up days rather than these absolute home run days. I'd rather just consistently knock days out the park, and my upside and downside is capped. It just becomes like any other job then. That's the way I see it. And when did I switch to OrderFlow? I've been trading OrderFlow for years and years now. Um, been trading for about 10 or so years, and I've been trading OrderFlow for more than 50% of that. But I started off the usual like everyone else. I've got a funny story. When I started, I started at binary options, which was absolute shit show, to be honest. Everyone, how you come to it is, it's it's crazy. Everyone comes to it. You never win at the start. Anyone who goes in and says I've been trading for 3 months and you take money out of the market, you might as well just go in and put your money on black at roulette. You probably get higher odds. Yeah, well, this is the thing, Eunice, is the market continuously evolves. I mean, look at ES. ES is a completely different market now. I actually don't really like the way it trades. It hits levels more aggressive. The book is thinner now. It's not as easy to read the order flow. I think when the VIX is this low as well, you need to reduce your targets. It's much harder to get 15 ticks now without holding a trade forever. The ranges with smooth, you're probably looking 6 to 8 ticks. You know, and when you're then trading for that low amount of ticks, when you're scalping, I prefer treasuries where the order flow is just it's far superior order flow than what ES is at the moment. Um, that's the way I see it, man. Gold is far too thin for me. Far too thin a product. The only thing I do like about gold is it's more of a mean reversion market. It's only been in the last like what 12 months, maybe not even. It's basically broke out like 8 months or something. 8 months, it's basically broke out. For years and years and years, it was just a mean reversion market. And also as well, gold's a shit investment too. Gold is a commodity to not to to put your money in to hedge against inflation, and should be used in economies that where their you know inflation is super high and their cash is worthless. But for anyone that's in in the US or Europe or whatever, using the euro currency or using the pound, gold is a shit investment, in my opinion. You better just buying and buying and holding a like an ES ETF or something. Oh really? No, I don't. I don't think there's a great return on it. And the reason being as well, why would you buy physical gold when you need to pay the spread in and out, and then to sell it you need to again pay the spread in and out, which is much more expensive. And if you're buying enough wedge of it, you need to pay to store it. You just, you need to be buying an absolute ton so that you got the spread down enough from a dealer. It's just there's easier ways to skin a cat, in my opinion, than doing that. Exactly, exactly, uh, exactly, dude. That's the thing. That's why I've mainly now trade treasuries is I much prefer a thicker market. I was an ES specialist for years. It's only the last 7 months so I've mainly started to trade treasuries, and it's a really welcome change actually. It's just a really consistent product, and uh, I have the fives, tens, 30-year bond, and the ultra up. Pay attention to the yield curve. Be flat at high impact data points like any other market, and that's pretty much it. Well, that's the thing, Z. It's a good way to park your money to hedge against inflation, but it's not great to get a return on your money just because it doesn't really do anything. Do you know what I mean? It's only in the last 12 months it's actually broke highs. For years, I don't know, like what, 8 years or something. It was in a maybe more. It was just in a range. So it's very good for economies where inflation is extremely high and their currency is devalued. Then gold makes sense because parking your money there is a fantastic idea. If you're using the euro, dollar, or pound in your country, then gold is not so great because inflation in these countries is well, it was 10%, but now they're hovering around about the 2 to 3% mark, give or take. So that's my opinion on it, man. So thick markets, they do move a lot. Well, when I say a lot, they do move, but the order flow is just cleaner. So you don't, it's slower and you get more time. So what I mean by that is like you've got 11 bid here, 53 offered, right? So when it comes, in fact, let me just actually bring it up and I'll show you what I mean. Let me bring up the treasuries. Right, look how thick this market is, right? This is the 5 year. There's 5k bids and 3 point, we'll just call it 4k offered, right? So when the market trades into this, say it takes out this level, you want to then see the bid been reloaded, and it'll reload by thousands. So it's just much cleaner to read. It doesn't have this like, um, 20 trade to the next price, then it automatically reloads, and it's just not as whippy. That's just what I mean by a thicker market. This UB is like the NQ of treasuries, and look, this is what I would class. This is thin for treasuries. The 30 year is a great trade at the moment because it's much thicker, but it's been thicker over the last, at least the last 12 months. And then the 10 year is the most liquid product, probably on the full of the CME's book. But they move. Uh, they're just easier markets to read, in my opinion, from an order flow perspective. You know, it's harder to explain without actually looking at the DOM. But does that make sense, dude? I'm going to switch back because people will be looking at this and they'll be like, I'm bored out of my mind. I can't really stream treasuries because no one will be here. Yeah, basically, it's only really institutions that are trading treasuries, banks that are hedging their exposure against like long-term mortgages and their credit exposure and so on. You're basically just trading the yield curve if you're trading treasuries. You're trading the short, middle, and long end of the curve. And the curve, the futures prices or futures markets move inversely to the yield curve, pretty much. But the one thing I would say, if you're used to trading ES, dude, treasuries is a completely different market. It doesn't generally sweep a price by like 20 ticks and then reverse. It'll sweep it by like 2 ticks and then maybe revert back into value as such, or you can buy a breakout and then you can clearly see when you're stuffed or not. It's just simpler to read, man. So guys, let me know if you're getting our questions. If not, I'm probably going to look to call it a day. We'll be on tomorrow at our usual time. But yeah, let me know if anyone's getting our questions, if you enjoyed the stream. Oh geez, man, it's very slow. Very slow market. The thing is, you need to give it its time, because if you don't watch it for a day, if you only watch it for like an hour when it's slow, the time that you go back to indices and you have a look is the time that the treasuries will actually have a good move. And you're thinking it's slow, but the tick to commission ratio is great. I mean, the 30 year, it's 31. We'll just call it $30, but it's $31.25 a tick. So you don't need that many ticks. If you're hitting that for 2 or 3 contracts, or 10 contracts, whatever your size you like to trade, you don't need that much to make some Benjis. But anyways, guys, you have a great evening. I hope everyone stays green tomorrow. Peace, everyone.